The real losers in Brazil's Petrobras scandal. We are coming clean and we are being open about mistakes made with company's resources, said Petrobras President Aldemir Bendine. Mr. Bendine was announcing almost eye-watering losses which the Brazilian oil giant has finally had to admit, writing off against corruption. These financial results, released several months behind schedule, may well mark the start of the way back for Petrobras as a company with which to do business, and in which to invest. After months of speculation, we now know how much money exchanged hands for was lost in Brazil's biggest ever corruption scandal. The total of dollars to be in, give or take the odd cent, as massive bribes were routinely paid for lucrative contracts with the company. Brazil's President Dilma Rousseff was chair of the Petrobras board while the worst of the excesses were taking place. Now under threat of impeachment, Dilma Rousseff has at times appeared indecisive in the eye of the storm. And although most commentators say the Petrobras scandal will not cost her the presidency, the aftermath will dominate and influence her government's direction and policies for much of the next year. These Petrobras figures were approved by its auditors and the company's stock has recovered steeply after several months of steady decline. But it is still a wounded giant, heavily indebted and, despite portraying itself as the victim of a complex crime, several former senior employees were at the apex of the scam. One of the first major figures to be implicated in the scandal has now also become the first to be punished. After his arrest, the former head of Petrobras operations Paulo Roberto Costa quickly turned state's witness, naming names and giving detailed explanations of how contracts were inflated.